Hey, what's up everybody? This is Osterberg501 and today I want to go over how you're able to potentially fix the damage mitigation bug that's currently in Outriders. Now before we get into the video, only 6% of people that watch my videos are subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with all of my videos. And I'm talking about an issue that has occurred since the patch on April 30th that has caused damage mitigation stats in your character to randomly not work and not block or mitigate any damage. So say if you're on a character that has 50,000 armor that's supposed to mitigate 50% of the physical damage you take, some of the time now, the armor just will not mitigate any damage. There are tons of people talking about it, tons of screenshots on Reddit that show someone to go through an expedition, and at the end where it shows the damage taken, damage mitigated, damage done, all that stuff, they'll have hundreds of thousands of damage taken and almost no damage mitigated, meaning their armor or the resistances are pretty much doing nothing. They're not actually working like they're supposed to, effectively meaning you're playing a character with no armor and no resistances. Now the developers are aware of this. They have sent out a tweet and a Reddit post saying that they know this is happening and asking for information from players to try to figure out what's causing it so they can fix it, and saying that it is pretty random when and how it occurs on characters. And that does seem to be somewhat the case, that it's not always happening and it seems to be completely random when it does. It doesn't seem to be specifically tied to anything causing the issue. And I want to go over the few ways that can help fix these issues for you. Now, it's not going to be 100% of the time. Since this issue is random, sometimes it just won't work. But I've noticed that this can fix the issue for you, at least in some of your play sessions. So the first thing to do is unequip and re-equip your gear. So what you would do is you would have a different piece of gear that you're not going to be wearing in all your different slots, so chest, helmet, legs, etc. And you would put on a different piece of gear and then put back on all of your normal gear. Now this has also been talked about in the community and on Reddit that this can help and this can actually fix the issue for at least the play session you're in. And I was actually doing this before this patch because sometimes I would notice when I would go in an expedition, either my damage or my damage mitigation would sometimes just feel completely random, like my stats were completely changed, like stuff wasn't working correctly. And usually if I did these things, it would seem to help. So I think there's been a much lesser version of this issue happening. It just has started to happen to a lot more people and a lot more frequently since the patch. And there's a few different ways you can go about this specific way of fixing it. First off, there's just when you're getting into a play session, say you're going to do a bunch of expeditions, just switching to all different pieces of gear and then switching back and seeing if that works for your entire play session. Sometimes it seems like it works until you go to the main menu, and sometimes it can feel like it's only working for a single expedition. So what some people also do, which is another way you can go about this, is after every expedition, you just quickly put on a different piece of gear and then put back on your normal gear that you want to use. And this can definitely help ensure that this bug is going to happen a lot less frequently. Now, the other way you can go about trying to fight against this issue is resetting your class skill tree, which you can do at any point. So say if you're going for a play session, you're going to do a bunch of expeditions, like with switching your gear, reset your class tree and re-put in all of your points. You can take a screenshot if you don't want to forget where you have all your points placed. And like I said, I have also done this in the past with switching my gear. If I felt like when I went into an expedition, my character's strengths didn't feel like they were consistent, or I felt like some of my stats weren't working correctly, I would switch my gear and then I would reset my class tree and put back in all of my points. This seems like it can also be something that will help with at least temporarily fixing this issue. Not sure if it has something to do with refreshing all the stats or the game reconfirming that you have these points placed where they are, but both of these options, switching your gear, putting your gear back on, and then resetting your class tree and putting the points back in, both seem to be helping somewhat with this issue. So a quick TLDR of fighting against this damage mitigation bug. Every time you're going in for a play session or after every expedition, put on a different piece of gear, then put back on your normal pieces of gear, and then also reset your class skill tree and put all of the points back in. And if you guys try this and see a difference, let me know in the comments. I would be interested to see how many people this actually helps, because it has seemed like something that in the past and now definitely helps with my character's power feeling more consistent. So subscribe if you want to see more Outriders or other videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about these strategies, and thanks for watching.
Artillery support incoming!